Seller credit is what I want to talk about. When to get it, how to get it, where to get it, how to best utilize it. Seller credit is still available in a bunch of different markets, and there's a way to use it correctly, strategizing how to best structure your mortgage. Stay tuned, I'll show you how. All right, Matt, the mortgage guy, powered by UMortgage, licensed in 47 states. GreatMortgageBroker.com. That's how you connect me and my team. GreatMortgageBroker.com. Fill out the form. We're more than happy to help. In today's video, I want to talk about seller credit because I've gotten more and more questions around it. One of my favorite parts of structuring mortgages and advising clients is really tailoring a plan that makes the most sense for them. So before I even show you anything, I'm going to show you real life examples. I want to say, everybody's goals, everybody's needs, everybody's, loan is unique to them. So it's not a one size fits all. I'm not going to give you something and say this is what works for everybody, but working with the right mortgage professional and a great real estate agent, you're going to be able to structure not only the offer and the purchase, but also the mortgage in a way that works best for you. So before I get people telling me no seller credits are available because there's no inventory and it's competitive 8 to 10. All right. It's not every market. And depending on when you're watching this video, it may or may not be an option for you in your specific market. I'm seeing it in the dozens of markets that we're doing a lot of business in, not on all transactions and not available necessarily at all price points or on all homes. But there are some, been on the market for 22 days. You come in, you can offer $400,000 with a $10,000 seller credit. And this allows you to structure the loan in a way that makes more sense for you and your family's budget. So I'll show you an example. I think examples are important because then you can see the numbers behind the idea, right? Let's take a look. This is a $500,000 purchase with 10% down. Might be more in your area, might be less, but the example still holds true. If you're buying something for $500,000 and on the right-hand side, you've got a 6.375 interest rate, doesn't cost you anything to get that interest rate in this example. Zero that puppy out right there. You've got about $60,000 to work with that you have earmarked for this transaction. If you don't get any seller credit and you pay $500,000, you've got a $34.64 a month payment, principal, interest, tax, insurance, all of it. If you're able to negotiate a $10,000 credit, it's down here. You use that $10,000 to buy down the rate to 5.625. Now you've got a $32.47 a month payment. It's saving you $217 a month. For a lot of people, $200 a month, $2,400 a year, a big deal. The difference between, having a little bit of wiggle room and really being tight on your budget. Here's what I want to show you, which is a big misconception. Obviously, buying down the rate with $10,000 worth of seller credit, this loan looks better. But I'll show you how the same $10,000 when applied to the purchase price has a much smaller difference. So if the seller wanted to net $490 on the sale, and so they said, yeah, you can structure $500,000 with $10,000 in seller credit, all the same to us, or just give you the $490 price. Well, for a lot of people, it's like those two things are equal, right? Not when you look at it side by side like this, where we use that $10,000 in credit to buy down the rate, but you pay $500 for the home, $32.47 is a monthly payment. Over here, you pay $490 and you stick with the higher rate because you don't have the seller credit to buy down the rate, $33.94 a month. About $150 difference in price. So this is one of 1,000 different examples. There's 2-1 buy downs. There's 3-2-1 buy downs. There are some scenarios where you want to use the seller credit to cover your closing costs. You could do that as well. The prepayment of taxes and insurance and all the title fees, all those things. One more thing that's worth mentioning. I made a separate video on this. I'll try to link it down below. Seller credits are different as far as how much you can receive based on not only your loan type, but the down payment. For instance, investment property, conventional, 2% is the max seller credit you could get. So this $500,000 purchase, that $10,000 is the max that you can ask for in seller concessions. If you're doing a primary residence purchase, then you can do between 3 and 6% seller credit based on what your down payment is. You've got to have a certain amount of down payment to unlock that up to 6%. FHA loans, you can do up to 6% seller credit on all of them. And so it's going to depend on your loan type and your down payment, how much seller credit you're willing to take. Another misconception by borrowers I'd love to clear up here is that seller credit can be used for loan costs and loan costs only. You're not allowed to use it towards your down payment. So just because you got 6% seller credit doesn't mean that you can apply some of that towards your down payment. You can cover your closing costs. There's going to be third-party fees, title, prepaying tax and insurance, lender fees like processing, underwriting, any points used to buy down your rate. That also goes in there. It's something that can be paid with the seller credit, but none of it can be applied to your down payment. If you're doing a 3.5% down FHA loan, your minimum contribution is 3.5%. You can't do less. If you're doing a 3% down conventional, you need to come with that 3%. You know, $15,000 on a $500,000 purchase is your minimum contribution. The seller credit can't go towards that. And I know some people get that confused. So hopefully this helps give you an idea of seller credit, different ways to use it, what it can and can't be used for, the fact that it's different on different transactions. Any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. Leave comments down below. Connect me and my team at greatmortgagebroker.com. If you're looking to connect with a great agent who can negotiate some seller credits for you, go to homeandmoney.com/Matt. Check out the other 700 plus videos got on the channel. There's some here. There's some here. You might like this video right here.